Welcome to the RSHL matchup between Creasers and Empire. Game 2 of our doubleheader tonight. The first game we saw Red Dragons and Breakaway go at it. This is Bucky along with Thrill. Thrill, what do you have for us tonight?
Well, we have Creasers against Empire, and this will be a pretty defining game for Empire tonight. I really think that this is going to shape the flow of their season. This whole leg of their schedule is very defining for them. They had the game versus shorthanded. They fell a little short there. And now they're up against Creasers. And if they lose this game, you got to think that they're not completely out of a playoff race or anything like that, but you got to think that their chances of competing for that playoff spot might be looking a little slim compared to other teams. Of course, shorthanded and Creasers, mid-tier teams, so we'll see how Empire is able to stack up against this level.
Yeah, it'll be an interesting game. Like you said, Empire has a lot to prove here. They've played several teams to the limits for them, so hopefully Empire pulls off a win here. I'm hoping for it.
Yeah, and Creasers, of course, definitely wants to win because coming off pretty devastating loss to Baby Seal Killers. I don't remember. Somebody got a hat trick in that game. I don't remember who. But Creasers definitely wants to get a win after that and get things back on the right track for them. And to lose a game after you lose a game that badly is really rough, too. So they're probably going to be trying pretty hard, putting extra effort into getting this victory tonight.
Last time I watched Creasers play, 10 PB, 10 Pau Valbire was huge for them. I expect tonight to be no different. No different, actually. And from the Empire side, I expect Janky to have a big game. My go-to guy tonight. How about yourself?
Well, I definitely think Janky is kind of the player to watch for Empire for the most part. I think he has really good vision. I think he has probably, out of all their forward and midfield players, the most potential to continue to get better and to make something of himself. So there's that. I'm always watching him to see what he's doing. He needs to work on his accuracy a little bit, but his vision is there. He sees great passes. Sometimes just the execution isn't good, but that'll come with experience. So I'll be interested to see if he continues to improve. For Creasers, I don't know. It actually looks like they might be a man or two short here. I'm not sure if they have 6 players.
On the list of rosters, they have plenty, so I don't know what's going on here with them. Another player to watch in Empire is Herbalist. He's been having a heck of a start of the season so far.
Yeah, Herbalist has had some really nice goals. The last time I checked the stats, he had all goals and no assists, though. I think it was like 6 or 7 goals and 0 assists. And you definitely want to be participating with your team a little bit more. So, I mean, it's great to score a lot of goals, but you want to work with your team. To be this many games into the season and not have a single assist is a little bit worrisome for me. So hopefully he'll be able to turn that around a little bit.
Looks like Creatures is missing a big player right now in Yoinky. He was online earlier, I believe,
Yeah,
but now he's
yeah.
off.
I thought I just saw him on actually a few minutes ago. I'm not sure if he had lag problems. I'm pretty sure that Yoinky is European, so that might be an issue.
Looks like Blucka wants to start the game here. He's giving them some time to get somebody in. Expect him to drop the puck here in a couple of seconds unless they call a timeout.
And I see a WTF from Violence and reconnecting, so maybe he's having some lag issues.
And Bluck is ready to drop the puck. We have
Looks like
Balance
Creasers is calling their timeout of the game, their one timeout that they get before the puck is dropped. So.
All right. This game's going to be delayed a little bit longer here. Hopefully we get started here soon. Run down the roster real quick here. Looks like Empire has in Stickman, Herbalist, Janky, Cola, Swizzle, and the Red Raven. Why, right now, Creatures has 10 Pal Valbure, David Seaman number 1, Flared, Vega, and Xanaz. So, waiting for the game to start here.
Yeah, and so it looks like they'll at least have 6 people of violence again. And Vega is not a terrible goalie, so this should be fine for them. I mean, he's not a yoinky or anything. I don't know how much Vega's been practicing, but he's probably the best choice for them to have in net. So this could work out fine for creasers if violence is able to get in. I don't think it'll necessarily be like having to play with somebody who's like never played goalie before that you can't depend on to make saves. I think Vega can probably be depended on to play reasonably well as a goalie, at least.
Looks like both teams got 6 in now. Let's see if Violence can stay in.
I don't know. He's kind of spiking around a little bit.
Blucka looking to get the puck dropped finally here. First period underway officially. Herbalist wins the faceoff for Empire. Stickman just standing there. Gets a dodge, passes it south to Janky. Janky to Swizzle. Haven't moved past the center ice yet, but here they go. Janky carries it down, misses Herbalist. Herbalist picks it up, however, and Janky gets the puck in the recycle again.
You know, one thing that Empire does is I know that they actually strategize about the games and they talk about what they're going to do and they actually try to formulate a game plan. So sometimes what they lack in individual talent that other rosters have, they make up for in preparation and just being a cohesive team. So we'll see if they're able to put together whatever strategy they were coming up with tonight and put that into effect.
Creature with the puck in the Empire end. Xanaz to Violence. Violence looking to go back to the blue line. Gets killed off by Stickman and Herbalist. Herbalist takes a pass from the Stickman. Stickman with Herbalist and Swizzle. Stick carries it in. Killed off by Flared. And Vega's in goal for Creases right now. Creasers through center ice. 10 PB with the puck. Brings it into the Empire in. Janky with a back check on Violence and picks up the puck. Tries to dump it out to Stickman. Xana is there for the interception. He passes back to David Seaman, number 1. David killed off by Herbalist. Herbalist with a short break here. Let's see if he can cut past Xanaz. He does. Herbalist brings it down. Tries to do a fade, and Vega's there and saves the puck. Creatures get it out of their own end. Flared. Down to Xanaz. Xanaz a flared. Flared opportunity. Does a circle swivel thing and turns it over to Red Raven. And Red Raven to Swizzle. Some quick back and forth action here. Looks like it's a run and gun game just like last one. Xanaz with the puck at the blue line for Creasers. 10 PB with Flared. Flared brings it across center ice. Flared dumps it back to Xanaz. Xanaz at the blue line. Looks for a pass. Dishes to Violence. Misses. 10 PB picks it up. Goes back and nothing's there.
Things slowing down real quick. I think you can tell that this is going to be a much slower paced game than the last one, at least from the looks of it.
Yeah, so far it's... Oh, here we go. Stickman with the breakaway. Stickman against Vega. Stickman circles. Goes south. Shoots. Goes for the post. And misses. Trying to go to the inside post.
It looked like he had an opening for just a second, but timing was a little off.
If I remember right, Vega played goalie for ITF in Season 17 in the first round finals. Or first round of the playoffs, sorry. And able to pick up a Game 5 win. So he's no stranger to the goal. 10 PB with opportunity, shoots south. Red Raven in the way, picks it up. Swizzle brings it back into the own goal, and dangerous play there, but was able to scave without any negative things to his team. Stickman brings it in. Stickman at the hash marks on the north side. Passes to Herbalist. He gets killed up by Xana. Xana is looking for somewhere to go. Dishes it to Flared. Flared tries to get rid of it quickly. Swizzle intercepts. Janky for Empire into the Creasers in with Cola. Cola kills off. Does ball kill after ball kill. Hits Janky, but it phases. Creature cycling back around again. Violence with the puck. Looking to get it out of their end. Empire with the pressure so far. Flared at center ice. Flared brings it into the Empire end. Flared looking for a pass. Dishes it backwards. David
Smart
Seaman
pass.
picks it up. Zanez with the puck. David Seaman, Tim PB, flared, shoots, saved by the Red Raven.
Yeah, I mean, that shot didn't have the greatest chance of going in. Maybe he shouldn't have pulled the trigger on that necessarily, but some good movement, though, from Creasers. They moved the puck really well for that sequence.
Empire looks to do an outlet pass, no one there. Vega picks it up in the goal. Passes north, intercepted by Cullah Shaker. Cullah, the Herbalist. Herbalist looking to get something going. Cullah, frightened by violence, passes it back. A couple turnovers there, and the puck shot all the way down to the Red Raven at the hash marks. Thrill will be back here in a minute with us, guys. It's MVB on myself. Stickman to Janky. Janky killed up by Flared. Flared with an opportunity here. Flared killed off by the two defensemen, Swizzle and Stickman. And Cullah picks up the trash. Dumps it off the south boards to Herbalist. Herbalist into the Creature zone. Herbalist for a ball kill and turns it over. Creatures with the puck back at center ice. Zanez to Violence. Violence killed off by Janky. Janky passes to Stickman. And Stickman has an on-man rush with Herbalist. Herbalist to Stickman. Stickman to Herbalist. Herbalist holding on still. Goes for a ball kill on Flair. Dies. Swizzle kills. A lot of action going on here. Anyway, Cullah with the puck again. At the blue line of his own team. Passes up the board north. Stickman able to pick it up. Cullah dishes back to Stickman. Misses the pass. Tim PB with the puck to Zanez. Zanez looking for some plays. Goes for a pass, but Stickman spawns right in the way and picks it up. Stickman and Cullah. Cullah to Janky. Janky brings it into the Creature zone to Cullah. Cullah to Janky. Janky holds, shoots, saved by David Seaman. A possible defensive crease, but I'm pretty sure the goalie was out there, so it will not be a penalty. Creatures get it out of their own end. Flair with Violence. Violence to Zanez. Zanez stopping the play. Let's see what they call here. They could be going back on this defensive crease.
Yeah, I'm back on the mumble. I'm just loading up the game now.
We got a possible defensive crease here. It's going to be pretty close. Janky had deked out the goalie. Vega had lunged. Vega basically had nothing to do, and then David Seaman came swooping in and saved the puck. They're showing the replay now. Let's see what they show. And Vega was clearly out there.
Yeah, I just came in for the tail end of that replay, and it looked like Vega was definitely out of the crease to me.
Looks like he was just a stoppage and play to make sure the call was right. Let's see what they do here. I'm pretty sure it's going to be no DC. Yeah. Line up. Blucka ready to drop the puck. It's still 0-0. 5:52 left in the first. A phase drop. Zanez from the Creasers picks it up. Passes to Violence. Violence hits Flared. But tries to hit Flared but misses. It goes all the way back to the Red Raven. Red Raven to Cullah. Cullah up north to Stickman. Misses Stickman. Zanez picks it up with the interception. And Creatures look to put pressure back in Empire back in their zone.
Cullah with an unfortunate lunge there in the levy.
Yeah, Zanez here with the opportunity. Flared shoots. Slap shot saved by the Red Raven.
Yeah, and that went off the post, and it looked like it lagged anyway. But I gotta say, I think that Flared uses slap shot better than 90% of players that actually have played this game for a long time. It's something I've noticed the few times I've watched him. So check out for his slap shots, because a lot of people have no idea how to use it, and he actually uses it fairly effectively.
Zanez shoots south and is saved by the Red Raven. Raven with 5 shots and 5 saves so far tonight. Only 1 shot so far for the Empire. Creatures have the puck in their side of the ice. Flared at neutral ice. Drop passes it to David. David holds on to it. Looks for somewhere to dish it to. Hits Flared on the south side. Flared picks it up from David. David to Flared. Flared to Zanez. Zanez looking for somewhere to go. Nowhere to go. Avoids the kill and drops the puck into the corner. However, David Seaman is there to pick it up. David ball kills Cullah. Cullah with Zanez. David with Zanez. Zanez with David. Zanez holds on. Nowhere to go again. Smart play by Creatures here. Controlling the puck and cycling around.
Yeah, good puck movement, and this is what you want to see from your team, to be honest. This is how most teams should be playing. If you don't have a shot, don't take it, cycle it around.
Herbalist avoids a check and dumps the puck into the creaser's end. Vega picks it up. Vega dodges a check from Herbalist. Hits Flared. Flared brings it back to center ice to Tim PB. Tim PB down to Violence. Misses the pass. And it goes all the way to the corner. Looks like the dual level 1 ships for Empire might be hurting them right now.
Yeah, possibly.
Oh, a shot by Tim PB. Saved by the Red Raven. 6
Yeah,
saves tonight already.
he honestly, I gotta say too. I mean, maybe it's just being able to play more, but Red Raven looking really comfortable recently in the past couple of days. We always thought that he had some potential, but he had some work to do. It always seems like he's maybe unsure of himself, where what to do. But he looks really comfortable so far tonight, and that's a good sign for Empire.
Oh, good passing opportunity from Stickman Nicola, but Vega was there for the save. His second save of the night. Really his first save, the other one was David's, in my opinion. Anyway, Red Raven's probably doing steroids. Tim PB and David Seaman with the puck. Flings it back, Flared picks it up. Flared looking for somewhere to go. Flared tries to do a fade shot. The Red Raven's there again.
And Empire needs to definitely start pressuring the puck more a little bit on defense, because Flair had the puck in the middle for several seconds there. I mean, nothing came of it from the save, but you definitely don't want the other team's forwards to be just sitting there in front of your crease with the puck.
Empires is cycling the puck here. This is what they need to do to get some goals. But David Seaman with a check on Janky takes the puck, passes it south, it phases. However, nobody there from the Empire to pick it up, and Creasers resumes control. Xanaz to Flared. Flared gets past Cola. Tries to ball kill Swizzle and does. Shoots! And scores! Could be 1-0. I saw a lag goal here. I don't know about you, Thrill.
Yeah, definitely lagged, and a decent chance. I mean, it was a good check by Flared, and the shot was just a little straight, though. You probably wanted to hit that shot a little bit closer to the post, which I think that the shot actually might have went in if it was a few pixels higher, but Red Raven was in position where the shot was shot, so robbed of a save there because of the lag. But
Official call from the striped monkey Blucka is a goal lag. Xanaz with the chance. Shoots and scores! It could be 1-0 now. When Xanaz knocks it off the post and in.
yeah, and what looked like what happened there, if I saw it correctly, is that Xanaz actually tried to shoot, and the defender caught it, and the defender's trying to check him at the same time Xanaz tried to shoot the puck. So he ended up passing it back to him, and Xanaz ended up, having the puck on the crease after that.
That puts Creatures up 1-0 against the Empire. Empire being heavily outshot 9-2 now. Stickman with an opportunity. Shoots! And Vega with an easy save. If Stickman would have put that on the inside post, it might have went in. Empire looking to put some pressure on. Stickman with the puck to Janky. Janky looking for somewhere to go. Goes back to Swizzle. Cycles back. Stickman picks it up. Tries to pass on the Janky. Intercepted by Flared. And Flared brings it to center ice for Creatures. Avoids a check from Cole on the lunge. Flared drops it back.
That's about Kula's fourth or fifth lunge tonight that hasn't connected with anything.
Yeah, he's been pretty bad on those lunges so far tonight. Janky with a chance here. Janky shoots south. Vega easily stops that puck. Violence back to Vega. David to Violence. 1:10 left here in the first period. Xanaz carries it across center ice for Creasers. Xanaz down to, right between Flared and Tim PB. Had a good chance there, but somehow missed them both. However, Empire takes control of the puck in their own end. From Herbalist down to Stickman. Stickman to Janky. Janky and Stickman showing their chemistry. Janky hits Herbalist. Herbalist the opportunity here. Looking for play. Oh, Vega with the save. It looks like he was hoping for Janky to go north, and they both went south.
Yeah, and Janky, of course, he got checked off the ball as well, so I'm not sure if Herbalist expected things to pan out differently, but yeah, both of them ended up on the same side of the crease, and they had no angle at all.
The Cola lunge pays off here. Herbalist, Cola shoots, scores! 1-1 possibly here. Cola looks to put the team up, or put Empire up on the board with one goal, and he does. It's 1-1. Cola shaker from the Herbalist.
Yeah, and that was great. Very nice timed pass from Herbalist. And as I'm talking about how he doesn't have any assists and he needs to work on that part of his game a little bit more, definitely doing that so far this game. I know that they've been talking about that amongst Empire as well. They're always trying to improve things in their game. So very nice pass, and it was interesting the way that the timing worked out for Kula because he had just checked right before he got the puck, so he was able to take a player out and able to shoot the puck immediately when he got it. So very fortunate timing there.
It's a big lunge there by him too. So with 31 seconds left in the period, Empire ties it up 1-1. Creature's back into the Empire zone trying to get the goal ahead here. Violence with the shot. Red Raven with the save. Cola and Red Raven on the crease. Cola dangerously is hanging out in the crease, and Red Raven evacuates it. Janky goes south to Cola. Cola misses it. A bad pass from Janky. Stickman's going to spring it back and end the period here. Make it 1-1 after 1. 10 shots for Creasers, 6 for Empire. They came back halfway through the period and got some more shots. Not a bad period, though, overall for both teams.
Yeah, definitely not. Creasers had about 20 seconds more puck time, so an advantage there. Not a huge advantage, but definitely noticeable. I think that honestly, the last couple of minutes of the period saved Empire because for the first probably 8 or 9 minutes, Creasers was definitely just passing circles around them, setting up shop, moving the puck really well, getting some good checks and opportunities off. And in the last couple of, it was like 10 shots to three with 2 minutes left, and then Empire kind of maybe snapped awake a little bit, or I'm not sure what it was, but they definitely started playing a little better, and it shows in the fact that they were able to pull the difference to 6 shots and the puck time difference as well. I think that if they hadn't put on that little surge at the end of the period, it would look a lot worse for them right now.
Yeah, it was good for them to come back and make this an interesting game. Looks like Empire might be doing a wholesale line change here. We got a lot of new faces coming in. Iceman H2O or H20 and Bob Barker Can't Die are both entering the game. It looks like for Creasers, 0 changes so far with 40 seconds left here in the break.
Maybe they're basing things off of players that have shown to matches and players that have been able to practice in the zone recently, but I see that Ansi's still in spec, and although he's been away, he is a veteran player who he probably would have to give the benefit of the doubt over a lot of the players on Empire's roster. So I'd like to see him play some. It looks like Empire trying to spread the time around a little bit, but I got to be honest, I don't like this line for them, and I don't think they're going to be able to take a lead with this lineup. I think that this is a decision that might end up costing them the game, but we'll see how this period goes.
It'll be interesting to see how it plays out. Once again, no changes for Creasers. They don't have anybody else here. However, Yoinky just entered the arena, so they might have their goalie back. Blucka looking to drop the puck now. Start the second period. Yoinky still in specs, no quick change by Creatures there. Herbalist wins the faceoff, throws it south. Picked up by Violence, however. Herbalist could not pick up his own pass in the RSHL. If you shoot the puck, you can't pick it back up unless the puck comes to a complete stop. Creasers in the Empire zone. Cycle back Herbalist with the interception. Herbalist has Stickman north. We got a slight 2-on-1 here. A little soft pass there by Herbalist. Missed or picked it up by a stick, and it didn't turn into much at all. Good backside pressure from Creasers.
Yeah, David Seaman's been getting some good checks tonight.
Creasers back into the Empire zone, looking to get the goal back that gave up late in the first period. Violence hits flared, holds it, passes to Violence, and he's killed up by Kola. Bob Barker Can't Die is there, shoots it north, turns it over. Xanas picks it up at center ice and passes it to David Seaman.
Yeah, Kula, that's what Kula needs to do. Maybe focus a little bit more on playing that sort of defense instead of lunging. Goal-saving check
here,
there.
Flair with a fade shot, but the Red Raven was there to save it.
Yeah, and I don't want to say you wouldn't take those chances because sometimes they will go in, but it just goes back to what I was saying in the last game, that fades are just not that strong in the game anymore compared to what they used to be.
Iceman lags a play there, and it goes right to Vega. Vega hits it up with Violence. Violence killed by Kola on a lunge. Good play by Kola there, good read. Kola with no one to go to, though, and goes up north and cycles all the way back into the center ice area. And Iceman H20 picks it up.
See, and here's the thing with these cool lunges. Like, they've been kind of 50-50. He's missed some, he's hit some, but it looks like he's playing, like, last man back defense. So if he misses and players aren't reading that appropriately on his team and they're not falling back to cover him, this could eventually give up a breakaway or some kind of odd man rush.
Creature with a chance here. Tim VB, Xanas shoots and scores. I think we have a lag goal, though.
Yeah, it went through a lot of players on my screen, not just one. So that's probably going to be called back.
And referee Blucka, or Blucka Plus if you're just watching at home, calls the goal lag. He'll be setting it back up for another face-off. Still 1-1, 10-10 left in the second period. Blucka drops it. Empire wins the face-off again. Herbalist doing pretty well in the draws tonight. Herbalist tries to cycle it back to Stickman. Able to make it work. A face puck goes to Cola. Cola just slap shots it all the way in. And Vega gets an easy save.
Yoinky has entered the arena for creasers. I doubt that they'll make a line change for goalie, especially right in the middle of the period, but we'll see if they decide to leave Vega in there for the next period or the next stoppage or put Yoinky in. I mean, Vega's been playing reasonably well so far, so they might just leave him in there.
Oh, Tim PB with a snipe shot off the top post and in. It looks like it was a clean goal here. It could put up creatures 2-1 now.
Yeah, that's definitely a clean goal. He was open for quite a while, so there's no pressure from the puck carrier. You got to think he was from so far out that maybe caught Red Raven by surprise. Maybe he wasn't expecting it. And, of course, it was a very nicely placed shot. If it wasn't placed there, it probably wouldn't have gone in. So good shot from Pavel. But I got to say, Empire's going to want to cut down on that open space, and Raven's going to want to pay attention to those opportunities because Pavel's tried a couple of those in other games as well. So that's definitely a pattern play for Pavel. So as a goaltender, you want to make sure that you're paying attention to the style of the players.
Herbalist, the fade shot, kind of caught Vega off guard, but it was way wide. At least a tile or two off. And creatures take the puck. That was Xana's second point of the night. He had an assist in that goal. He had a second assist. He had a goal in the first. So, goal and assist for Xana's tonight, and Team PB had the goal.
Yeah, and just the way that Creasers works with their passing-based system, and Xana's, of course, is usually in most of the time, you got to think that he's probably going to rack up a lot of points if Creaser scores a lot of points, because I expect that Xana's is probably going to be a part of almost every goal that Creaser scores.
Empire having a problem getting the puck into the creature zone right now. Having trouble at center ice. Herbalist picks it up. Hopes to change that fortune for him. Cola with the puck from Herbalist. Cola across center ice. Dumps it in. And no one's there but Empire to pick it up. Stickman turns it over to Flared. Flared takes a hit from Stickman. Continues on. And he passes out the Violence out of the zone through center ice. Neutral zone's where it's at right now. Unless you get a one-man break, it's been pretty much all neutral zone for the last couple minutes. Herbalist is trying to break that streak, but he's killed off in the neutral zone by David Seaman. And then Cola goes for a lunge and killed off by Xanez.
That's a bad play by Kula. Xanez specifically did that.
4-on-2. Xanez to Timby. Timby holds, shoots, scores! It's 3-1 Creasers.
Yeah, no checks from either Iceman or Bob. Creasers players just kind of walking back and forth. And going back to the play before, I wanted to talk about a little bit. Kula lunged again, and he was saying, like, oh, I can beat Xanaz to this puck. Xanaz could have picked that puck up at any time that he wanted. He could have got it faster. He specifically waited until until Kula Shaker picked up the puck to check him. And then, of course, the Levy defender's out of the way. So, poor awareness by Kula there. Heads-up play by Xanaz, but Kula shouldn't have fell for that.
Tim Pavel gets his second goal in a row. He has 2 points tonight, 2 goals. Makes it 3-1 Creasers. Tim Pavel hits Xanez. Xanez shoots north, and the Red Raven picks it up. Gets an easy save there for his 12th save of the night and 15th shot on goal. Davis even picks the puck up in the neutral zone for Creasers. Turns it over to Empire. Empire gets the puck again from Creasers. Still having trouble getting through this neutral zone. It's like a trap there right now. Cola brings it in. Avoids one check, but gets checked up by somebody else, and Creasers take the puck at the blue line and take it the other way. Into the Empire zone. Violence with the puck. Violence killed off by Herbalist on a big lunge. Herbalist has Stickman. Stickman with Herbalist and Cola. Cola way back behind the play. Stickman holds, shoots! Off the post and in! Possible lag goal, though.
Yeah, and it lagged through Stickman. The shot did. I mean, Stickman actually tanked, and the goal lagged as well. So there was a tank on the play before. So there's plenty of lag on that play to go around. And this still not halfway into the period. Cruisers has 2 goals already. This is just a really bad line for Empire. I mean, you don't want to be too critical, but in such a pivotal game, Bob Barker and Iceman, of course, not the strongest players in the league. I think they feel bad about not playing them because they show up, but
Empire with some
uh,
pressure into the creature zone. Bob Barker with the puck. Bob Barker passes south, intercepted by David. David to Tim Pavel and gets it out. Phases it through Bob Barker to Stickman. Stickman goes back into the zone, tries to ball kill Tim Pavel, but there's about 6 creatures there to destroy him afterwards. Tim Pavel brings the puck in for creatures. Avoids a check from Cola. Cola down, way out of play, way out of position there, but he gets back into the play. Creatures pick up the puck in the corner, but creatures turn it back. Oh, that's just a mess. Can't even follow what's going on. Back on the blue line, Violence does a big check. A 3-on-1 opportunity here. Violence holds, and there's no opportunity for him after that. Iceman down the Stickman. Stickman holds on to it, looking for somewhere to go. Dishes it to Iceman, but misses. Tim PB with a shot, saved by a Red Raven. Hits Cole on the south side. To Herbalist to Stickman, back through center ice. Let's see if they can get into the zone when they don't. Creatures once again on the blue line, just take them out. Violence with the chance, slap shot, shoot, scores! Red Raven fell for his slap shot. Something that Raven has said before is one of his weak spots in goal, and it's now 4-1 creasers.
yeah, and the Spider does have some tricks you can do with the slap shot because of the massive effect that rotation has on the slap shot. Um, Violence is pretty good at those. I've seen her score a couple goals that way. It may not have been the strongest play in the world. Like maybe you would expect goalies to save those sometimes, but at the same time, too, the defense has been really non-existent in this period. It looks like half the players in Empire's roster are just floating around.
Another opportunity here. Shoots and scores! Flared with a goal.
Yep, non-existent defense, and pretty much this is what I said. I mean, like I said, I don't want to be too critical, but as soon as I saw this line, I basically said Empire's throwing the match away here, and this is exactly what's happened.
You've been dead on. Timeout Empire. 5-1 now for creasers. This period has completely just taken the wind out of the sails for Empire. They came in this period 1-1 tied, but creatures have scored 4 unanswered goals.
Well, their lineup just makes no sense. I mean, I keep coming back to that, but it's almost constant the game at this point. You got to think it's possible to come back from 5-1. You don't want to count them out, but it makes no sense. I see no advantages that this lineup has. It's they have much better options in spec. Stylistically, I mean, there's nothing that this lineup even offers them. I think this is more like I know that Empire is playing seriously this season and wants to win, wants to make the playoffs, but based on the way that the lineups are being distributed, this game makes it seem like they don't care that much about winning. So you have to go one way or the other. You either have to be like, we're just going to play for fun and we don't care, or we're going to play seriously and want to win. And if you really want to make the playoffs and you want to play seriously and you do want to win, you have to be smart about the lineups that you're playing and the strategies that you're using. And this really screwed Empire over as far as chances for this game, because it was tied in the first period. It was relatively even. I mean, Creasers had a slight advantage, but
Yeah, this period's been pretty much all creasers. 5:26 left. No changes for Empire. They're trying to rally the troops to get something going here. Herbalist Bob Barker. Bob shoots. Big save, or easy save. Really not even big for Vega. Creatures back into the Empire zone. Flair carries it in. Hits Zanaz. Zanaz shoots. Passes to Tim PB. He shoots. Gets intercepted. Tim PB picks it back up. Intercepted by Kola. He's going to stand there on the crease looking to get someone to bait him. He's just killing some time here. Herbalist gets a puck, but Zanaz is quick to kill him off of it. off the wall north, and Empire picks it back up, passes it back to the goalie, the Red Raven. He passes it back off the board to the center ice, and Zanez intercepts it. Creature's looking to get some more goals here.
Yeah, I'm really curious what the timeout was, because when I saw the timeout, I thought that maybe they're going to make a couple of line changes or something, but I guess they just kind of had a motivational, campfire moment, and they were just like, "Stop playing so bad, guys." We'll see if they respond to that, but I would have liked to seen a sub or two.
Empire brought the puck down to the Creatures end, but were unable to get anything happen, and they turn it over. Creatures quickly back into the Empire end, flared with 10 PB. Flared shoots, and a save by Red Raven. They're going for the snipe some more, but it did not work that time. Creatures still have the puck in the Empire end. Zanez has a chance here, looking for a pass up to 10 PB. 10 PB dishes it towards the net, and Red Raven takes it and kills off 10 PB. A couple more saves for the Red Raven there. 20 shots on goal now for Creasers. I don't see him slowing down. Herbals with a shot saved by Vega on the easy read for him.
I'd like to see Yoinky get some offense time in this game, I think, if trends continue.
I think Yoinky's gone again, isn't he? I'm not following the spec, but he's been in and out a lot tonight. Must say he having some lag issues.
He might be lagging. Like I said, I'm pretty sure he's from Europe, so.
Back at center ice, Xana's with the puck. Goes south. Tries to avoid Kola Shaker's check. And is able to by cycling backwards. Zanez carrying the puck. Goes south to 10 PB. Misses the dish. And Davis even picks it up. Davis slings it to 10 PB. 10 PB brings it back in. Drops it back to Flared. Flared back into Zanez. And Creaser cycling into the zone. David turns it over in front of the net with a attempted ball kill that failed. And Empire trying to get into that Creature's end, but they are just failing big time recently. Empire at neutral ice passes up the wall. Stickman in the Creasers, and Iceman turns it over to Zanez. Cola tries for another lunge check there and misses. And Zanez carries it down, misses 10 PB. Had a good opportunity there if that would have hit. Looks like Creature's getting a little sloppy right now. Let's see if they can, stop that and try to get some more goals on the board for themselves. 150 left here in the second period. Herbalist is lagged out or is gone for Empire right now.
And Creasers has 20 shots in 2 periods. And you got to think with this Creasers team, this is probably, I don't know, just based on Creaser's normal style in league, they don't get 20 shots in 5 or 6 games sometimes. So moving the puck around well, and the defense has really been non-existent for Empire this period.
Yeah, Creature with 10 more shots now than Empire, and it's not looking good for the Empire right now. Love those guys, but it's just not looking good. And I want nothing more than to see Creatures lose every time, but but they always upset me with this kind of stuff. Looks like there's no goalie for the Creatures. They've lost 2 players, and now everybody comes back in. A little bit of lag issues there, and they're able to get the puck out safely without turning it over. Swizzle and Bob Barker are back for Empire trying to get the puck. Bob Barker carries it, passes to Iceman. Iceman to Cola at center ice. Cola just dancing around, looking for somewhere to go. Brings it in to the Creatures in finally, and Cola hits Swizzle. Swizzle does a little ball kill on 10 PB. Swizzle dishes it up to Cola. Cola, Stickman tries to sweep north, but Vega kills him off and takes the puck.
I really thought the net was open there for a one-timer. Stickman just quick released it, but that was I think that was Empire's only chance so far this period.
The only chance they remember, I guess. Zan has a shot. Red Raven proxes it, passes up to Cola.
Yeah, they could have another one here though.
10 seconds left. Herbalist with the puck. He's back in the game. Ball kills Violence. Shoots north and misses.
There were about 4 openings for a goal there. I'm sorry, I just don't know what to say right now.
That would have been a great time for a drop pass. It would have fooled the goalie and been an easy goal for Stickman.
didn't even have to drop pass. I mean, he had a goal himself at least twice, and he had open pass to Stickman on the 2-0 as well. So I guess he was taking his time to make sure he didn't mess up because it was an important opportunity for them. But unfortunately, ended up ruining that. I don't know. I I feel like I'm talking really negatively right now, so I apologize for that. It's just the game I thought was going to be pretty close in the first period, and I said it before the period even started with the decisions that Empire made just from the leadership there in that period. I said they're throwing this game away, and that's kind of what happened. And I know that they want to win. I mean, I've talked to these guys. They seriously want to be competitive, and you just can't make a lineup like that that's going to completely kill your chances of winning the game. I don't know. I'm really disappointed in the Empire leadership right now.
Yeah, Empire really got blown out that period, to say the least. It's going to take a fairy tale ending now for them to actually come back in this game and win. Shots right now 22-12 for Creasers, 5-1 on the board, 5 goals for Creaser, 10 PB with a pair, maybe even a hat trick. I can't remember if he had a third one or not. I know he had a pair.
So it looks like at this point, Empire is just going to continue to get some people some playing time. I don't care coming in, so that's nice. But Anti still in spec, and he hasn't even been able to play Hockey Zone for a while because he's been backpacking. So his first came back, and he's not going to get one period of playing time. I definitely have to criticize that as well. He's a veteran player, and you got to think skill-wise better than a lot of players on Empire's roster. So the fact that they're spreading all this playing time around to these different players, and they're kind of leaving this veteran presence that's on their team on the bench the whole time, I don't know. I'm not sure what to think of the Empire leadership at this juncture in time because I'm just not agreeing with the decisions they're making. But
Looks like Yoinky's back in the arena, but he's going to stay in spectator mode for now. Changes from the Empire. He said, I don't know, I don't care, or IDC is in, and Anna Tuma's in also, so a couple changes on the Empire side, trying to get something going, but I think it's a little bit too late for that. Creasures wins the faceoff here early in the third period. Zanez with the puck. Zanez to Flared. Dishes back up to Zanez. A big pass there. Violent slap shots. Passes back to Zanez. Zanez hogs, shoots, and saved by Red Raven. 23 shots now on the board for Creasers.
and that's a lot of shots for a goaltender to have to face in 24 minutes. That's almost a shot every
Shot
single minute.
scored! 10 PB with the hat trick. A good pass from Flared, and it ends up putting it in the back of the net to make it 6-1 Creasers. And even if Empire would score a goal or two here, Creasers will just shut them down on defense. They have a very good defensive team when they need to be. So it's not looking very good for the Empire at this point of the game.
Yeah, it's not. And to be honest, I mean, getting beat so bad in a period like that, it does two things. For one, it builds the confidence of the team that's scoring all those goals way up. They're going to be playing more confidently. They're going to be trying a lot of things, probably moving the puck a lot. And as the team that's on the receiving end of that, your morale is really low because you're not sure if you can even win. It's really frustrating. It can really affect how you play. So possibly not going to be a fun period for Empire here.
So Jenky's back in the game now too. All offense for the Empire. No more cola shaker, so they're trying to get something going. Creatures take the puck from Empire in the Creature zone, but Empire ends up with it, but turns it over to Zanez on an errant pass. Flared with Zanez. Zanez dishes it from Flair or whatever. And Jenky's there for the back check, kills off Zanez. And Empire's able to keep Creatures away from shooting the puck on goal again. Herbalist looking for a deep, kills Violence, does a fade pass or fade shot, and Vega's there for the easy save again. Those fades very rarely work. I think the person I see do it the most nowadays is Trick.
Yeah, and I think I've actually said this several times tonight already, just the way the settings are right now. The way that shot power got reduced a little bit when slap shot was
opportunity here.
introduced.
Oh, sorry about that. The real.
That's all right.
Tim BB going for the 4th goal tonight with a great pass from his teammate. Zanez with the puck. Goes south to David Seaman, intercepted by I don't know, IDK, however you want to say it. I don't know. And Violence cycles
And
it
I
back to
don't
Vega.
care.
I don't know. I don't care. Whatever. And I'll keep
One,
extra
two,
couple
three.
numbers. Yeah,
Just throw it in there. 1233. Whatever.
or 1,233 if you're at home. 10 PBU going for a snipe goal again, but the Red Raven was awake and aware this time, and it didn't go in.
Well, Lodrorf taught me in this game, you always have to read the number at the end of the name. You have to read it like it's a number. So, I guess we're going to have to say it's IDC 1233 playing defense right now.
Oh, man. That's too much work for me. Wolves call him I don't know. Xanez to Flared. Flared ball kills Anna. Flared shoots off the post. And it's going to go back to Violence. Violence on the blue line playing defense. Xanez to David Seaman. David looking for a goal tonight. His Violence. Violence turns it over. David promised a goal tonight, but I don't think he made a bet.
Maybe he learned his lesson from there. I mean, he's trying to cut his losses a little bit. Can't guarantee a goal if you're going to make shots like that. But
He does put a shot on goal, but the Red Raven is just laughing at him on that one.
David saying, I'm just not cut out for this in public chat.
Oh, Herbalist to Janky. Janky. Stick's been cut in north, and he just blocked his own man. Nowhere to go.
You're not sure when David says that if he's talking about offense or just hockey zone in general. You can only speculate.
You never know with that guy. Flared with an opportunity here. Just dives into the net and passes it to Red Raven. Red Raven is stat padding at this point, thanks to Creasers. Janky with the puck. Gets it out of the zone for Empire. Stickman carries it right at center ice to Janky. Janky looking for someone, but he quickly gets killed off by Violence, and Creasers once again defensively top-notch tonight and kill him off. Xanaz brings it in. I don't care, picks it up. Herbalist with Janky. We had an odd man rush here, maybe a 3-on-0. Stickman, Herbalist, and Janky. Janky from Herbalist. Herbalist shoots off the post and saved by Vega.
Yeah, and just the way the game has progressed, and right now in this third period, looks like it's going to devolve into a sort of scrim period with Creasers kind of pushing up all the time with their 5 men. They have such an advantage, and then they're probably going to give up lots of odd man rushes the other way. Probably really scrim type play, but I mean, to be honest, you got a 5-goal advantage. You can kind of afford to do whatever you want.
And just like scrimmage, David Seaman probably will not score. Janky with the opportunity hits Anna. Anna saved by Vega. Vega turns it over to Flared. Flared and Xanaz for the Creasers back at center ice. Flared to Xanaz. Xanaz carries it into the Empire zone. Flared carries it still. Back to David Seaman. David Seaman tries to do a ball kill on Anna, and Anna just shakes him off. However, Herbalist turns it over to Xanaz. Xanaz with the puck. Back and forth on the low board to David Seaman. David Seaman looking for that goal. Looks for a deke on Red Raven, but Red Raven kills him off and gets another save, courtesy of David Seaman, number 1. The Red Raven, the highest checking goalie in the league currently, I believe. Flared to Violence. Violence shoots, saved by the Red Raven.
Oh, you better believe it. He reminds people of it every day. Very proud of it.
I haven't heard about it in at least 30 minutes. Xanaz goes for a pass, but I don't care, picks it up and passes north to Stickman. Stickman has Flared in front of him, but has Herbalist behind Flared. Let's see what they do here. Stickman passes to Herbalist. Herbalist shoots, saved by Flair. Had a wide open goal and a great defensive play by Flared. Creasers turns it over to Empire again in their own zone. Stickman, Holden turns it over, and the Empire are backtracking now to get back on defense. 10 PP with Xanaz. 10 PP goes for another snipe shot. The Red Raven with another free save.
And, this is really funny. On the ref frequency, Red Raven actually lagged that that bullet from Pavel, which is funny because it's a Weasel, but potentially could have died there to the Weasel and given up the goal, but he actually tanked it.
A couple slap shots here from the Empire, but it goes right into Vega's pads, and he's able to take the puck and get it out. Janky carrying the puck in, looking for a play. Tosses it north, no one there. Herbalist picks it up on the backtrack. Tries to deke Xanaz and David Seaman, but Xanaz gets him. Janky at the blue line carries it back in on an interception. Empire getting a little bit of pressure here. Creature's kind of being a relaxed players now, not trying to get any more goals, it seems.
You might as well just play around and have fun and do what you want. Just make sure you're having fun with the game. I mean, if you got a 5-goal lead, the team's probably feeling good. They're feeling comfortable, especially the way that they lost their last match. So they're kind of like, all right, we're going to do the same things to these guys and get our confidence back.
Creature's giving Empire some pressure in their own end. Team PB to get to Xana. Xana shoots in a save by Stickman. He came out of nowhere. I think it was a spawn there, and he showed up right there. Perfect timing for the spawn. Stickman 3-on-1. Herbalist, Stickman, and Janky. Shoots it south. I think it was the Janky, but he missed it
Yeah,
by a wide margin.
yeah, pretty bad pass there. They're just really flustered right now. You can tell they're not happy with the way the game has been. I mean, the way that Creasers has been playing, and this is what happens when you get such a big lead. The other team usually sneaks in a few goals because you start playing so lax, you start playing more offensively that you let up odd man rushes, and they've done that about 3 or 4 times this period. And Empire has just been so flustered and out of their game from the second period that they haven't been able to convert any of those.
Mr. Cherry Coke Antsy HZ is in the game now, looking to get some minutes.
Guess they're going to give him the 4 minutes. I'm not sure why he wasn't in at the start of this period or other parts during the game. Certainly would have contributed to their team, I think. I think they're underrating what he's going to bring to the team, to be honest.
I played with him a long time ago in Icing and Blue Liners.
Yeah, and I mean he's never been known as an all-star player, but he's a role player that can play a lot of things, and he can definitely check and do some things like that. And he's played the game a long time, and for a team like Empire, I think that's really key to a team of inexperienced rookie guys to have some of those veterans sprinkled in there that are kind of responsible, defensively responsible anyway. So I don't know why they didn't want to play him some more compared to some of the players that they did play, but.
Creature's some pressure here, but they turned it over to Empire and they got out of the zone. Creature's back in their own zone trying to get the puck back into the Empire zone. Davis Seaman chasing down a puck in the corner. Let's see if he can get to it. He does not, and I don't care. 1,233 picks it up and passes to the Red Raven. I don't care, picks it back up. Behind the net to Stickman, phases a little bit and goes back behind the net. Puck lagging a little bit. Stickman up to I don't care. And he slings it down the ice, misses everybody on his team, and it just goes all the way down. Creature's not doing too much here, just goofing off, it looks like. A lot of missed passes and a lot of sloppy play for him recently. But that
Pretty much. I mean, when you get a lead this big, I mean, you kind of just start doing whatever,
Xanas goes for a snipe shot there, but Raven's able to pick it up and get another save. 31 shots on goal now for Creasers. Raven also got a kill there. Davis Seaman goes for the low post, but he doesn't know how to shoot now. And he misses pretty wide on the shot. Oh, Xanas had a wide open net and just held on to it. Didn't take the shot.
On my screen, he had a huge delay, so sometimes the lag that gives you an advantage maybe not so advantageous.
Killed off by Vega. Janky had a small breakaway there, but Vega lunged him and just killed him right off and got the puck out of the zone. Empire back, all the way back behind their net now with the puck. 10 PB picks it up on a pass from the Red Raven.
I don't know, man. I really like Empire. I think a lot of people do, and especially since the team spirit that they've shown, and being that some of their players are newer and they're kind of underdogs. People have really gotten behind them this season and been rooting for them. And
a goal by 10 PB.
Yeah. And you gotta say, just disappointed by the way that they just threw the game away in the second period with the lineup decision. I mean, I don't know. People really want them to do well, and they want themselves to do well. So I don't know. I'd like to see them make some smarter decisions with their lineups in the future and continue to claw their way towards the playoffs. But if they continue doing things like that, then they most certainly will not make the playoffs. I'll quote that.
That was 10 PB's fourth goal of the game. He has 4 goals and 0 assists now. Creature's up 7-1 on this blowout of the game. Looks like Empire had quite a bit of players in line tonight. Maybe they're trying to pass around puck time, but if you're going to make the playoffs, you can't always pass around puck time. If you're going to do it, you got to do it responsibly. So
that's true. Yeah, it's true, and it's not even just the fact that you're going to distribute playing time; it's the way you're going to do it. I mean, if you're going to play, 2 players that are maybe sort of players that don't normally play, or don't play that much, like you're going to try to spread around playing time to players that aren't maybe the best options on your team. You stagger it. You know what I mean? You do it in this one period we're going to play this guy, and the next period we'll do this guy. You don't just do it in a line change, and it's kind of like, oh, this is a really weak line for us. You have to stagger it so it's balanced throughout the game.
I think David Seaman's shot 6 or 7 pucks on goal now, and Red Raven's been picking them up. Look at his shot total here at the end of the game. Let's see what it's at.
5 shots.
5 shots. 5 shots, 5 free saves for the Red Raven, it looked like. After the third period, into the game, it's 7-1 Creasers with a dominating performance over the Empire.
Yeah, and you got to say, I mean, they had a little bit of an advantage in the first period, but it honestly wasn't by that much. It still looked like it was going to be a pretty close game at the end of that first period, and basically the lineup calling for Empire completely threw away the game. I mean, you can't say, like, obviously they didn't play well in the second period, but it was pretty much expected from the moment the puck was dropped. I mean, I said it before the period even started. So, kind of disappointing because I felt like the game should have been a lot closer. But, I guess Empire's still a young and inexperienced team, and you kind of learn through experience.
Yeah, and they have a lot of young players in their team still, too, so that'll all, like I said, come back with experience. They started out strong, like you said, Empire. Basically, after that big save from David Seaman in the crease, that really just gave Creatures the confidence, it seemed like, with Vega in net and David on defense for them to turn around this game and take control later on.
Yeah, not to take away from Creasers. They did move the puck well, even in the first period, and Vega played well like I expected. He's a pretty decent goalie. And, I mean, he looks better than some of the people that actually play starting goalie in the league on other teams, even though he doesn't play it that much. And he's got some pretty solid positioning. So he played well for them. And, you don't want to take away from them. They still might have ended up winning. You know what I mean? I just would have liked to have seen a little bit of a different game.
It was unfortunate to see Empire go down like this. I expected a much closer game for them, and after that first period, they kind of fell apart. I think they might have got, he said, the bad line changes in, and the chemistry wasn't there, and the experience from Creatures really paid off and showed them what playing together for a long time can do.
And one thing you can say, and this pretty much solidifies it, and for the most part, I think everyone had kind of known that Creasers was definitely kind of going to be a level above the lower tier teams, and we're definitely going to make the playoffs and be a strong mid tier team. And after winning, this game, I think that pretty much solidifies that they're definitely up there. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, I definitely agree with you there. Creatures is always in the hunt for the playoffs, and has always been put a very competitive team out there. I can't remember the last time where they were considered a lower tier team anymore. Mid tier is where they've been for the last few seasons, but always a threat in the playoffs because they've been playing together so long.
And just their style lends itself to playoff play. I mean, that's just kind of where the style of play usually ends up going, that defensive cycling type of play, that system type play that they've always used. Teams do that in the playoffs, and since they have experience doing it, sometimes that pays off big for them. So we'll see how they're going to do in the playoffs this season. I mean, it still is early, but based on the results of the season so far, you got to say probably will definitely be there. Empire, it's possible. I mean, they're definitely not out of the race, but you got to wonder, it depends on which Empire is going to show up to play and the kind of decisions that their leadership is making. They have the potential to make the playoffs still, but they need to learn from what happened tonight and kind of do things maybe a little bit more intelligently in the future if they want to make the playoffs. But the potential is still there.
Definitely. Looks like the replay roll is over. That's going to end our broadcast for tonight. If you're just tuning in, trying to see what's going on, RSHL.org will give you more information. We don't have any more games till Sunday night, I don't believe, so have a happy 4th of July in Canada Day. I guess Canada Day was this past weekend, so happy 4th of July, Independence Day to the Americans. And for Thrill, for Ned Stark, for Bucky, that's me. I guess God bless America.